1, 2, 3, come on.
Come on, come on.
Good morning students, this is PK sir, your chemistry sir, welcoming you to the next part of the chapter solution, class 12th, NCERT science, NCERT chemistry. So in the last video we discussed about many things including types of solutions on the basis of Raoult's law, and that includes ideal solution and non-ideal solution. Then in non-ideal solution we discussed about two types of non-ideal solution, which are positive deviation from Raoult's law and negative deviation from Raoult's law. So this was the last video, this was the last part we discussed. You can see, you can watch the last video for revision in the I button. So in the last topic we were discussing about azeotrope, and due to power failure I could not complete this topic, so let's begin this topic again, azeotropes. So before proceeding to azeotrope, you should know, you should learn the concept of boiling point, that what is the meaning of boiling point. Boiling point is what? The definition of boiling point and the idea about boiling point, you should know about this one. So boiling point means what? A specific temperature, a certain temperature on which a liquid starts boiling, that is called boiling temperature. This is very basic definition which we are learning from our class 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, but at this level you need a more precise, more specified definition. So in this chapter, in this part, we will be discussing that also. So boiling point means a specific temperature at which any liquid starts boiling. Okay, for example, the boiling point of water, that is well known liquid to us. The boiling point of water is 100 degrees Celsius, or if you convert it into Kelvin, then it is 273 Kelvin. 273 Kelvin, no, 273 plus 100, that is equal to 373 Kelvin. That is the boiling point of temperature in Kelvin. Okay, now the boiling point is the special property of a liquid. Okay, means different liquids have different boiling point. Okay, now what is the meaning of azeotrope? Already we are discussing about solution. In solution we are talking about binary mixtures or binary solutions. Binary solutions means a solution in which two components are there. Okay, so now if we make a mixture, or a solution containing two component and at a particular composition, at a specific or particular, at a specific composition, at a particular or specific composition, if that solution boils at a common temperature, then that solution or that mixture is called azeotrope. Okay, so this is very important, although a small point but important from exam perspective. Now there are two types of azeotropes. There are two types of azeotrope. First one is minimum boiling point, minimum boiling azeotrope, minimum boiling azeotrope, and the second one is maximum boiling azeotropes. These are the two types of azeotropes: minimum boiling azeotrope and maximum boiling azeotrope. Now, what is the meaning of minimum boiling azeotrope? It means azeotrope means two components will be there, two liquids will be there, okay, and if they are two separate liquid, then surely their boiling point will be different. But after formation of azeotrope, they start boiling at a common temperature, For example, I am explaining this minimum boiling azeotrope. Okay, I have taken one component, one mixture, one solution in which two components are there, component 1A and component second, that is component B. Suppose let it be the component A have boiling point is 290 Kelvin, and the boiling point of component B, let be it 270 Kelvin. K is capital, Kelvin is a unit, so you should know that the capital K is used for Kelvin. Okay, now in this case means we are talking about minimum boiling azeotrope, and in case of minimum boiling azeotrope, the constant or the common temperature at which both these components will start boiling, that will be below this one, So this is the concept of minimum boiling azeotrope. Now below this one means what? This container, this minimum boiling azeotrope or the mixture of this component A and B will start boiling at now the next PPO that will be below 270 K. Below 270 K. What is the reason? Means why does this happen? Okay, so this is because due to positive deviation. This is because of positive deviation. In exam, this question may be asked that in minimum boiling azeotrope, what is the reason? That the mixture boils below this individual temperatures, individual boiling points? So reason is due to positive deviation from Raoult's law. This is the reason. Now example, well, that is also important for us. Now the components or the constituents of this azeotrope cannot be separated by fractional distillation. Fractional distillation is not fractional distillation. Fractional distillation cannot be used to separate the different or these individual components in this case. Why? Simply they are boiling at common temperature. Now what is the concept of fractional distillation? In fractional distillation, the components of any mixture, on any liquid mixture, are separated on the basis of their boiling point. The liquid which has low boiling point, that will start boiling. First it will form vapor, and then the vapor will pass in upward direction, and after passing the fractionating column, then in the another chamber it will be condensed, it will be cooled down, and it will be separated out. So this is the concept, this is the theory principle of fractional distillation. But in case of minimum boiling azeotrope, this method cannot be applied. For the next example, at least one example you need to remember. Example of minimum boiling point. Example is ethanol plus water. Ethanol plus water. Here in case ethanol percentage is 95% and remaining percentage is of water. So if in this composition this mixture is taken, then it will show minimum boiling azeotropes. Okay. Second one, maximum boiling azeotrope. Again same things. Here whatever the boiling point of component A and B is there, the boiling point of boiling point of mixture or common boiling point will be more than that value of individual boiling points. Okay, so common BP will be greater than common BP will be greater than that of individual BPs. Okay, so common BP will be greater than that of individual BPs. Here what is the reason? Here what was the reason? Positive deviation. Here it is due to negative deviation. This is the answer of this one, that is negative deviation. Next, again same thing, that azeotropes cannot be separated by fractional distillation. So in this case also this method means fractional distillation cannot be used for separation, isolation. Next, examples are important. Example, the mixture of nitric acid. Nitric acid is 68% plus water is 32%. Now what is the BP of water? And what is the BP of nitric acid? The boiling point of nitric acid is 356 Kelvin. 356 Kelvin, and the boiling point of water is 373 Kelvin. This is the data about boiling points of nitric acid and water. But when this azeotrope mixture is prepared, then the boiling point of the mixture is the common boiling point of this mixture is 393.5 K. 393.5 K. This is the common boiling point of this maximum boiling azeotrope. So this was the concept of azeotrope. Keep revising this one in exam sometime. This type of easy questions are also asked. Okay, next part, next unit after this one. Unit 2.6, colligative properties. 2.6, it is very important unit. Colligative properties. Students, To better understand this unit, you should know the concept of vapor pressure, the concept of vapor pressure of solutions, the concept of azeotrope also. Okay, so before proceeding that this topic, this unit, you should watch the previous video also, so that you can understand it better, in better way. So next, colligative properties. Now first of all, this property is of solutions. And which type of solutions? Binary solutions, because in our syllabus we have only binary solutions. So this property is shown by binary solutions. Okay, this property is shown by binary solution. Now what is the meaning of colligative? Colligative means what? Colligative is a Latin word where co means together, ligare means bind, to bind. So that is not important for us. Simply, a solution is made up of two components. Surely it is made up of two components. One is solute and the second one is a solvent. This is the basic idea about solution which you know from class 9th. Okay, so a solution is made up of solute and solvent. Okay, in the last segment, in the last unit, we discussed about volatile and non-volatile terms. Volatile means what? What is the meaning of volatile? Volatile means anything which can be easily vaporized. Anything which can be easily vaporized, that is volatile. And non-volatile means that cannot be easily vaporized. Whatever we are talking about here, that solute, that is non-volatile. Non-volatile solute we are talking here, or we are we are discussing about a non-volatile solute. Okay, now what is the meaning of colligative property? The property of solutions which depends upon the quantity of solute. The property of solutions, which depend upon the quantity of solute. Okay, they are called colligative properties. In our syllabus, we have 4 colligative properties. We have 4 colligative properties which we have to study one by one. Although according to the new syllabus decided by CBSE, some portion of this part, the last portion of this chapter, has been deleted, but we will be discussing whole chapter. Okay, I will be preparing video for whole chapter, so you may skip for exam purpose the last part of the chapter, but for competitive exams you have to prepare full chapter, because there is no discount or concession in the competitive exam. Okay, now what are the 4 colligative properties? First one is relative lowering of Vp. Already I have told Vp, vapor pressure. Second one is elevation of boiling point. Elevation of boiling point, that is the second colligative property. Then the third one is first one is relative lowering of vapor pressure. Second one is elevation of boiling point of the solvent. The third one is depression of freezing point. Although we are talking about solvent. Okay, depression of freezing point, and the last one is osmotic pressure. So these are 4 colligative properties which we will discuss in this part one by one. Okay, so now the first one is First one is a relative lowering of Vp. First, relative lowering of Vp. What is the meaning of Vp? Vapor pressure. Vapor pressure means what? Suppose you have a container, in that container one liquid is present, let it be solvent. Okay, so at all temperatures vaporization is taking place, so in that case the vapor will be formed, okay, and some particles of that liquid will come out from the solution, from the solvent liquid, and that particles in vapor phase or in gaseous phase, they will exert pressure on the surface of that liquid. That pressure that is exerted by the vapor phase of that particular liquid, that is called vapor pressure. This one we have already discussed. Okay, in this chapter we will be using one, wherever we are using one subscript, that will be used for solvent, and two will be used for solute. Okay, now Raoult, according to Raoult's law, vapor pressure is directly proportional to mole fraction. Yes or no? Vapor pressure is directly proportional to mole fraction. If we are talking about only one solvent, then if we are talking about only one component, that is solvent only, then we can say P1. Now what did I say? One subscript will be using for solvent. P1 is directly proportional to x1. If we remove proportionality sign, then we get one constant, that is called vapor pressure of pure solvent. This is the relation which we have already discussed in our previous classes. Okay, now when you are talking about a solution, binary solution in which the solute is non-volatile, in that case what happens? Already we have discussed in previous part that when we are adding non-volatile solute in the solution, in that case the vapor pressure of solution is decreased. It means what? P1 is less than that of P1 naught when non-volatile solid is present. So if a non-volatile solute is present, then vapor pressure of the solution will decreased. Okay, will be decreased. In that case, change in vapor pressure, delta P. What am I saying? Change in vapor pressure, that is delta P. Okay, that delta P is what? Change in vapor pressure. Now which one is higher, P1 or not, or P1? Here we can say P1 naught is higher than that of P1. Okay, this is the change in vapor pressure. in this formula, suppose this is equation number 1 and this is equation number 2. If we put the value of P1 from this equation to second equation, then we get delta P1 is equal to P1 naught is already there minus this one P1 naught x1. No problem. The value of this P1 we have taken from equation number 1. Okay, by putting the value of P1 from equation 1 into equation 2 Okay, now here what is this? If we take common P1 naught, then it is 1 minus x1. From our previous knowledge we know that for a binary solution, the mole fractions of x1 and x2 is equal to 1. This is from our previous knowledge that the sum of mole fractions of two components in a binary solution is unity, it is 1. Okay, so from here we can write 1 minus x1 is equal to x2. 1 minus x1 is equal to x2, and that can be used in this formula. Then this formula becomes a delta P1 is equal to P1 naught and x2. From this one, this has been placed by x2. Now what is this formula? Delta P, that is what? Change in vapor pressure. Change in vapor pressure is dependent on the mole fraction of second component. Mole fraction of a second component, that is solute. And what was the definition of colligative property? What was the definition of colligative property? That a property which depends on the amount or the quantity of the solute. Here this is change in vapor pressure. Now if we divide this by P1 naught, that is relative lowering of vapor pressure. So relative vapor pressure is equal to delta P1 upon P1 naught. Delta P1 upon P1 naught. We are dividing both sides by P1 naught. So here it is equal to x2. This is the expression for relative lowering of vapor pressure. Delta P1 upon P1 naught. Delta P1 upon P1 naught is equal to x2. What is here x2? x2 is the mole fraction. Of second component, that is solute. Okay, so from here we can conclude that relative lowering of vapor pressure is equal to the mole fraction of solute. Now what is the unit of relative lowering of Vp? Since we know that the unit of mole fraction is unitless, it is a unitless quantity, so we can change this expression in this way also. Delta P1 upon P1 naught is equal to, now x2 means what? Mole fraction of second component. Now how to calculate mole fraction of second component? What is here? N2, moles of second component. N2 is a moles of second component upon total moles, N1 plus N2. This is the case of, this is the formula in form of moles. It was in form of mole fraction. Now this formula is in form of moles. Okay, now for dilute solutions, now what is the meaning of dilute solution? Dilute solution means a solution in which the quantity of a solute is very less with respect to solute, with respect to quantity of solvent. Dilute solution means a solution in which the quantity of solute is very less with respect to the quantity of solvent. It means N1 and N2. N1 and N2. Now the quantity of solute is very less, means N1 is greater than N1 is greater than N2. N1 is greater than N2. Now what is the use of this relation? From here this N2 can be omitted. Now it becomes delta P1 upon P1 naught, that is equal to now N2, no change, upon, since this quantity is very less with respect to this one, we can ignore it, so it is now N1, another form of this equation. But for this expression one condition is there. What is that condition? This equation you have to use only for dilute solutions. If in the question dilute word is not given, or you have to think logically according to the question, if that word is not there or any information which suggest you that yes it is a dilute solution, then you can use only this expression. Okay, now what is N2 here? Moles of solute. What is N1? Moles of solvent. We can again change this formula in the form of molar mass and mass given mass. Okay, how? Delta P1 upon P1 naught is equal to, how to calculate the moles of solute? How to calculate the moles of solute? Given mass of solvent upon molar mass, given mass of sorry, the expression which we are using here for that is W2 for solute upon its molar mass, that is M2. Then here N1 is what? Moles of solvent. The notation for this one is W1 and this one is M1. This is the another expression for relative lowering of vapor pressure, which describes that delta P1 upon P1 naught is equal to W2 upon M2 into M1 upon W1. Now here four quantities are given. Here four quantities are present in this equation. So in the exam, three quantities will be known and one unknown quantity will be asked. So with the help of this formula we can easily calculate it. Okay, so this is the expression for relative lowering of vapor pressure. This is the first colligative property. Next colligative property is second colligative property is elevation of boiling point. Now here one important point is that we are not discussing any numerical question. We will take, or I will take, all the numerical problems, numerical questions, exercise and in-text questions I will be taking in a separate problem solving session. Okay, doubt solving or doubt removing, that session I will be taking all the problems in one go. Okay, so the next day, yes, so the second colligative property is elevation of boiling point. Elevation of boiling point. I will be using BP for boiling point. Solution, solvent, there are two components already we have discussed. Solute and solvent. For solvent we are using 1 and for solute we are using 2 subscript. Okay, now elevation of boiling point. Elevation means what? Elevation means to increase. Now What is boiling point? Just in the starting of this video, this part, we discussed about boiling point, definition of boiling point. That is the very basic definition, that a certain temperature or a specific temperature at which a liquid starts boiling, that is called boiling point. Now the time has come to know the advanced definition of boiling point. Okay, now what is the boiling point according to this standard? Okay, vapor pressure. What is vapor pressure? A liquid is there, that liquid is present, okay, and the process of evaporation is taking place always at all temperatures. The temperature at which the vapor pressure of that liquid becomes equal to the atmospheric pressure. The temperature at which the vapor pressure of that liquid becomes equal to the atmospheric pressure, that vapor pressure is called, that temperature is called boiling point. This is the little advanced definition. Okay, boiling point. Now what happens when we are making a solution, when we are making a mixture of two components, that is binary solution, component 1, component 2. For example, component 1 is here, solvent, and component 2 is solute. In our syllabus we are discussing about non-volatile solute. Now if you have prepared a solution in which non-volatile solute is present, then due to that non-volatile solute, the vapor pressure of the solution will be decreased. Now to boil that solution, we have to increase the vapor pressure to make it equal to the atmospheric pressure, so that it can boil. In that condition, the vapor pressure of the solution will be increased, and that difference between the boiling points, okay, that difference is called elevation of boiling point. Okay, this is the concept of elevation of boiling point. Next, we are here assuming something, that TB0 is BP of pure solvent. This is the notation which we'll be using in this colligative property. Then TB is what? TB is BP of solution. These are the notations which we'll be using in this chapter. Okay, and the increase in the boiling point, that is delta TB is equal to TB minus TB naught, is called elevation of boiling point. What is delta TB? Delta TB is elevation of boiling point. And that delta TB is change in boiling points. Now which one is greater here, this one or this one? TB minus TB naught. Delta TB is equal to TB minus TB naught. Okay, this is called elevation of boiling point. Now from experiments it has been decided, or it has been found, that for dilute solutions elevation of boiling point is directly proportional to molality. Okay, delta TB is directly proportional to molality. This relation we are using directly. Okay, there is no derivation for this one. Okay, we are using as it is, okay, because the study of this derivation is beyond the scope of this level or this class. Okay, now in this molality, the word molality, the term molality is very known to you, because in the starting of the chapter, in the beginning of the chapter, we have discussed about this one. Okay, let us remove this proportionality sign. If we remove this proportionality sign, then we get another constant, and that constant is called this kf. Kf is very important. Okay, kf is very important. Sorry, kb, not kf, this is kb. B for boiling, F for freezing, this kb. Okay, delta TB is equal to kb dot m, small m. If you put here capital M, then the expression will be wrong. So here we are using small m, that is for notation of molality. Okay, so delta TB is equal to kb into molality. Kb is what? There are three names of this kb. You have to prepare them by heart, because all three are important. Okay, first one is very easy, boiling point elevation constant, very easy. Second one, molar elevation constant, and the third one is ebullioscopic constant. Okay, so these three names are important. Now, what is the unit of kb? Here, what is the unit of kb? What is the unit of kb? Just you take this kb one side, and then you divide this this molality, you change the side, then it comes and becomes the denominator. Now numerator is temperature, the unit of temperature is Kelvin. Then this is molality. How to define molality? What is the definition of molality? Number of moles of solute present in 1 kilogram of solvent. Number of moles of solute present in 1 kilogram of solvent. So the unit of molality is mole per kilogram. Mole and then per kilogram. See, this is capital K for Kelvin, this small kg is for kilogram. Okay, this becomes Kelvin, mole, and this is kilogram. This is the unit of kb. What is kb? Constant. What is that constant? There are three names: ebullioscopic constant, molar elevation constant of boiling point, and the third one is a boiling point elevation constant. Okay, the kb of different solvents is different. Okay, you don't need to remember the values of kb for the solvents. Okay, in the exam, if any type of numerical question is given, then the value of kb will be given in that question. Don't worry about the value. Okay, especially I am talking about CBSE exam. Okay, next day, simply this molality also can be written in this way. How to define molality? Molality M is equal to what? Moles of solute. Moles of solute upon mass of solvent. Mass of solvent, and that in kilogram. That is in kilogram. Moles of solute, how to calculate? Moles of solute, how to calculate? Mass with, now solute we are using 2, so here it is 2 upon molar mass of solute, that is M2, then mass of solvent, that is W1. If this W1 is in gram, if it is in gram, then you have to divide it by 1000 to make it kilogram, and for simplification this kilogram we are using here. Okay, so this is the expression for molality. Okay, small m is equal to W2 into 1000 upon small m2. Yes, so you can put this value, this formula in this formula, then you can get simply delta TB, and delta TB is equal to KB into this formula, W2 upon M2 into 1000 divided by W1, and this W1 is in gram. Okay, this is the formula. Now how many parameters are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Out of 5, 4 will be given and 1 will be unknown. With this formula you can easily calculate the unknown quantity. Generally this molar mass of 2 solute is asked to calculate generally, but nowadays CBC is very clever, so it is becoming unpredictable, so nobody knows what will be asked on this formula. Okay, so this is the second colligative property, that is elevation of boiling point. Okay, the numericals based on this we will be taking in the next part. Next, the third one is depression of freezing point. All the notations we will be using same as we used in colligative property 1 and colligative property 2. Now first of all, what is the meaning of freezing point? Freezing point means what? A certain temperature at which a liquid starts freezing. Means a liquid is converted into its solid state, or liquid phase into solid phase. Okay, now for freezing point means the temperature. This was the basic definition. Now advanced definition is what? The temperature at which the vapor pressure of that liquid is equal to the atmospheric pressure. Means when the vapor pressure of that liquid becomes equal to vapor pressure, atmospheric pressure, then that liquid will freeze. Okay, now all the notations are same here also. In place of B for boiling, we are using F for freezing. Okay, so delta TF is what? TF naught is what? And delta F is what? All these notations we are using in this colligative property also. Okay, so TF means what? Freezing point temperature. Okay, freezing point temperature. TF means what? It is the freezing point of solute. It is the freezing point of solvent. It is the freezing point of solution. Freezing point of solution. TF naught means solvent. Freezing point of solvent. Delta TF means a change in freezing point, change in temperature of freezing point, change in freezing point. and then later on we will be saying it depression of freezing point, change in freezing point. Now TF and TF naught, which one will be less? This is important to understand. Okay, in boiling point what was there, that TB was more than TB naught. In this case just opposite, TF naught and TF is less than that of TF naught. Okay, so delta TF, oh sorry, delta TF is equal to, which one is higher? TF naught. This is higher and this TF is lower. So this is the expression for delta TF. Delta TF is equal to TF naught minus TF. Now the same concept, that from experimental data, it has been decided that delta TF is also directly proportional to molality. Delta TF is also proportional to molality. All the things are same, just you remove the proportionality constant, then you get one constant, that is Kf, F for freezing, and then it is molality, and for molality we use the symbol small f. In this one same thing here, molality m is equal to moles of solute upon mass of solvent in kilogram. M is this formula, and then in place of this B you can just change F. Here you just change F, then this formula becomes for depression of freezing point. Okay, so again the same thing, 1 2 3 4 5, there are 5 parameters. Out of 5 parameters, if 4 parameters are known, one unknown parameter can be easily calculated with the help of this expression. So this is the third colligative property. Okay, so the rest part of the chapter we will be taking in the next video. So this is the end of the video. Till then, keep revising all the previous videos and take care. Bye bye.